All right, I'm gonna talk about this guitar. This is the Godin Exit 22S. It is a solid body guitar, and it's very interesting. I could not find many reviews about it, much information about it, because it's a very old model, and I bought it used. So I want to put out some information about this guitar, kind of like where this guitar sits and what are like in the catalog of Godin guitars, where this guitar sits. So first of all, this guitar is a mahogany body, solid body, string through, and it has an interesting strat style configuration, HSS, as you would expect with a 5-way switch. You know, as far as the sound of the pickups, there's nothing really interesting or outstanding. I'm really not impressed at all. I know the interesting thing about this guitar is the scale length. It's a 24 3/4 scale length, which is something common for Gibson, Les Pauls, and so on. So it's a shorter scale length. It should give you a warmer tone. And the mahogany body is also usually a feature of Les Paul guitars, but with a strat configuration. So in a way, you could say this guitar is like a hybrid instrument. And Godin does this thing all the time. Right now they have a new series called the Radium and a few other ones. I'm interested in them, but they're around $600-700. This guy, I borrowed it just to do this review, and of course it's a used instrument. So I really have to say that there's nothing really about this instrument that makes it feel cheap, but there's nothing about it that, for me, for my taste, makes it outstanding, unlike some of the other instruments that I will present today. Tuners, you know, your average decent quality tuners with Godin logo in it. They're black. The neck is like a thin neck, but it's still like a D shape. It's very comfortable for folks that like to use their thumb to wrap around the neck. It's good for that kind of stuff. I usually don't play like that. But the guitar is this kind of thing, you know, it's something in between. It's a mix between a Les Paul and a Stratocaster. And they do that again. Godin does this thing. They make these guitars, this like versions every so many years. What they have now is very different from this. That sits in the same price range. But back then, this guitar was, I think, about $500. Right now, if you're trying to buy the guitar that replaces this one, it's somewhere around $700-650. You could probably get it for $550 used or like open box. And they have 3 models. But talking about this guy, what I like about it is the body. The body is really, really good. Like it feels solid. This solid mahogany. The finish is nice. It's not a lacquer finish, but it's very polished. The bridge is just what it is. It's, you know, it's just a fixed bridge. Nothing too interesting about it. What I don't like about the guitar, I really, really don't like the sounds that I get out of it. I don't feel inspired to play it. This instrument is what I remember electric guitars from Godin's, where back when I first discovered this brand like 15-20 years ago, which I fell in love with their multi-acts, with their nylon string instruments. I fell in love with that. I never had an opportunity to own or to have one, but I did play it because friends had it, and I would go to music stores and always be very pleased with testing them. But back then I remember trying this model and models around this price range from Godin electric guitars, and I was surprised at the price, because it was much lower than their, you know, nylon strings, but very disappointed at the fact that, you know, I didn't feel at home. I really didn't feel like this guitar was made for me. And you know, trying it again, it reminds me that really this guitar is not for me. So this guy will go. Somebody else is gonna have it. I'm gonna return it basically, and I'm not keeping this guy. But I'm sure it has a market, and there's people that be interested in this type of guitars. It is a very good quality instrument. It is very solid and it's very beautiful as well. It's just that it's just not for me. Anything else that I should say? You know, really nothing is outstanding about this guy. This string through system is very interesting. They use it in all their models. I wish it had a coil split here, but it doesn't. Yeah, you could use this as a modification platform if you may. Yeah, very good guitar, but certainly not for me. I hope this review helps you decide if you want to buy this instrument. If you see it out there used, definitely quality-wise, it's a great instrument. In this case, it's not for me. It's not for playing bachata. Although it does have the space to play bachata, but it's not for me. All right, thank you. I hope this helps you when you're making your purchase decision. Great instrument, just not for me.